Imagine being a high school student and think that your future is warranted. You would have extra money for you to use your expenses and afford your community college. That sounds good, but what is free? So, in this opportunity, I'm going to talk about free community college. I'm going to explain what is the concept of it, its benefits, its challenges, and also what is the importance of it. Free Community College is a federal program that has the purpose to give students higher chances to get affordable education in general and expand their opportunities to build their own career. But what is free? Education Commission of the States, in its article published in November 16 of 2016, explained that every state has to define what free is going to be for them. There are two types of free community college. On one hand, we have the first dollar type of community college. In this one, the federal aid will be no. In this one, the state will cover the tuition, and after that, the federal aid will cover the rest of it. On the other hand, we have the last dollar. In this type of free community college, according to the Hitchinger report on April 27 of 2023, it explains that the federal aid will be applied first and then it will be applied the state help. This sometimes doesn't help the students that are actually in need and might need help for their expenses in transportation, in rent, for example, or even books. Also, there is a need for students to know what are the eligibility requirements to be part of this help. For example, you would need to be a 2-year resident in the United States and have your green card valid. You would need a certain GPA, as well as sometimes in some states they need you to apply for FAFSA first and then to actually get a grant from the state. Finally, sometimes for certain states you would need to be a full-time student. This will limit your ability to have a full-time job, for example. Of course, you might be able to do it, but it's harder for maybe students to actually earn money from themselves. It is also necessary for us to explain the benefits and the challenges of it. According to Brookings Institution article published in September of 2021, it has been proven to be effective for people to expand their education, and there are more chances for them to get certificates, degrees, and in general become professionals. This will definitely benefit not just the students, but in general Americans who would increase their rates in professionals. On the New York Times article published on the same year, but this time in July of 2021, it is proven that the workforce would be skilled, better skilled than it would used to be. It would not only help the students to succeed and maybe help their families, but also that would improve chances for us to have more businesses and companies, and that would definitely help for the microeconomic growth. In the same article, they explain about the challenges of this free community college program. Free community college program would need largest amount of money that they would be paid by the taxpayers. In other words, it would be paid by us or the people who work and pay their taxes. So it is important to know that this type of investment has to be actually well taken for every state. Not every state has this or same community. They don't have the same culture of education. Some of them will take advantage of it and some of others won't. So it is necessary for every state to evaluate how do the students and in general the community reacts to this type of opportunity that will need largest amount of money. It has been shown as well that the 44% of the students who complete their degree are the ones who will be able to actually start working. This is more than 50, this is less, I'm sorry, than 50% of the universal students. This means that half of the population who's actually taking advantage of this program is actually grabbing benefits from it, and not all of them. So this would need to be addressed as well. Finally, it is necessary for us to explain the importance of it. According to Community College Research Center in its article of December of 2025, last year, it is important because it is the first time generation. It is sometimes important for first generations part of the family to actually take advantage of this and be, again, first generation who could be studying. It would help lower income students and minorities, for example, Black people and Hispanic. Also, it is important for older students or in general older adults who wants to continue their education, but maybe they couldn't do it when they were younger. And right now they prioritized maybe working because they needed to, but this will definitely help them and this could change their lives. So in general, it would increase opportunities and income earnings and decrease unemployment. In conclusion, free community college is not just a policy made by any state, but it is very important for them to change their lives and try to do education for them to do that. I would think that it is a way for the society to be more equal, more to have more equal opportunities, and not just privileged people to be able to study. Thank you so much.